Very early in my life, I felt how powerful music can be as a bridge between people, and how wonderful it is to meet on that platform of music, making music together, listening to each other. You know, when I was a small child, I wanted to become a musician at the age of 6, and I think it had very much to do with what I had felt about music and what I had learned by that early stage already about music. My parents were great music lovers, and as a gift for their wedding, they gave each other a recording by Furtwängler and Menuhin. Menuhin was the first Jewish musician to come back to Germany after the Second World War. And that was a huge gesture of forgiveness and of a new start. But that's why I also believe that musical education has to be part of every child's life. Also to train us to respect and to get to know other cultures, other songs, other languages, other cultural roots. And music is this wonderful platform where we are all the same. Our cultural heritage, our religious beliefs are of no importance. We are just there to share this experience with the audience. And I always felt that the arts in general, but music in particular, because the ear seems to be instantaneously connected to the heart. That music is able to evoke emotions in a very direct way, which probably no other art form can, reminding us that we are more than only our flesh and blood. We have a soul, and it needs to be nurtured. And that's what music is there for. As Monet used to say, I'm not interested in reality, I'm interested in what happens between me and the subject. And this is very much true not only for the water lilies in his garden, but this is very much true to a score, because what the composer has written down, Sofia Gubaidulina, the great composer, she used to try to explain how she receives these musical, thoughts, clusters, monstrous ideas, and how in the process of writing them down, already a big part of what she had heard in her inner ear has, first of all, vanished from her memory. Secondly, is not able to be put in instruments because we don't have enough instruments for all the imagination a great composer has. So basically what you find on a score is black and white. You have to bring it back into color, you have to bring it back into life, which means you have to read between the lines. Speaking and working with living composers, I have always run across composers who welcome different viewpoints on one and the same piece, as long as it is a personal viewpoint. And we live in a time where not only in our understanding of beauty, but in our understanding of the arts, we also tend to go to a very smooth, beautiful surface. And we don't understand that beauty can only be attractive if there is the other side of it. The questions, the pain, the desperation. So we need more players who are not wanting to please, but wanting to challenge an audience. From the time when you start to walk on stage and the first note, one already senses how the atmosphere is in the hall. Then, of course, you play the first notes and find out that the acoustic has obviously totally changed from the rehearsal. So you have to, adjust to that. And acoustics do change an interpretation quite a bit when it comes to tempo and dynamical range and all of that. But the real crucial factor in the outcome of a concert is the audience. How tuned in are they already? What can you do to tune them in better? How many of them are somewhere else? Will they ever find into the concert? What can you as a performer do to grab their attention? Sometimes I as a listener also have had evenings with great performers where I'm sitting in the audience and nothing is happening because I'm not ready for it. So it goes both ways. You have to send out as a performer, but the audience also has to tune in. And in very lucky circumstances, you have an evening where everything just seems to fall together, where there is this flow of time, space, and people, and it's all one. And that is, of course, unforgettable, and that's what we all live for, the audience as well as the performer. That's why an audience comes back, because they want to experience that again, and that's why a performer goes on stage, because he wants to experience that with the audience again. So we always hope that every evening is like that. I think music is a form of love. And what's the greatest gift in life? Love.